This is Critical Discussions, episode 20, and today let's start with news from Belarus, actually. About Belarus, rather. And the news are as such. Lithuania created a law, passed a law actually, that forbids Russians and Belarusians to get visas and citizenship in Lithuania. It doesn't personally affect me, but I do not like this at all. I've spoken about things like that before, that things like that do not do anything really to the actual sort of regime, but they definitely hurt the people, like regular people, who perhaps might want to go study maybe in Lithuania, for example, who might want to actually relocate there, maybe work in some company there, because I know definitely a lot of Russian, for example, game development companies. They long time ago actually, but they were doing this quite often over the years, relocated to Baltic states, to Estonia, to Lithuania, for example, and they brought obviously their game developers, Russians, Belarusians, Ukrainian people, and this basically stifles this relocation of actually smart people and people who are obviously against the regimes, both in Russia and Belarus. And I don't think it does anything good really, besides actually helping the regime, the dictatorship regime in Belarus. I don't understand. And by the way, right now, this is by the way why it's even more perplexing and hard for me to understand. Current elected president of Belarus, Svetlana Tikhanovskaya. As far as I'm aware, she is in exile and hiding in Lithuania right now. So the fact that they kind of invited and allowed members of the opposition who are basically chased and gonna be prosecuted if they are in Belarus, right? They allow those people, so sort of high level sort of politicians, whatever, right? Public figures, to actually go to Lithuania. But regular Belarusian people, or Russian for that matter, no. You're not good enough. If you're a fucking povo, no money, no nothing, no fame, no notoriety or whatever, fuck you. You can go and basically just die. If you are top level, whatever, big fucking shot, okay, you can come here. I think this is so fucking hypocritical. I don't give a fuck about Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, or Poland, and now none of this country. I don't care about them. Live their lives, whatever, do whatever the fuck you want. It's your country, right? But I will have opinions as a person who is stuck in Belarus, who is absolutely against this regime, and who couldn't do even those episodes, those streams with the camera, because I am afraid for my fucking life. And because I don't have millions of subscribers, or I haven't been participating in elections, being a wife to a husband who actually was running for a president and then got jailed. Because I'm not that. I can't fucking go into Lithuania and ask for asylum or something like that. And regular Belarusians who just want to not become an asylum seekers, who just want to escape maybe through other means, studying in a university again, finding some work wherever. No, fuck you people. This is first of all, this is a fucking hypocritical move, and I fucking despise hypocrites the most, probably, out of anything sinful, whatever. But it also makes no fucking sense, because you're helping the regime. You're literally saying to those people who actually have a fucking brain, who understand that they need to escape, you're saying to them, fuck you. This is insane. This is fucking insane. So even people who are already living in Lithuania with temporary or permanent resident permit, now the citizenship, they can't acquire citizenship, and I'm not sure if, like, because if it's a temporary, if they have like a temporary residency, I'm not even sure if their temporary residency will be renewed, because I am assuming not really, although maybe they're saying that there are exceptions for applications inside Lithuania. So if you are already there, which is like, again, like, if you are already there, then okay, you can stay there. But if you are not there, and if you are trying to escape this dictatorship fucking regime, go fuck yourself. This is what they're doing. Not even, apparently they had like some electronic residency. I don't know about it. I know about like Estonia's electronic residency program. I haven't heard about Lithuanians, but they stopped that as well. So basically, they cut ties with this regime. Do you know what's funny? I can't name names, but I have someone who's working at Belarusian nuclear power plant, the one that people around the area of Baltic states really despised, really fucking protested against and shit like that, right? You know who is the biggest beneficiary of that nuclear power plant, who buys the most energy? Fucking Lithuania. So those cunts are actually using, like, publicly they're decrying the nuclear power plant, the regime, whatever. They're actually using measures like this against Belarusian people, not against the regime, against Belarusian people. And then they're buying the fucking energy from that nuclear power plant from the regime. They're trading fucking all of the, like, potassium or things like that, potash, whatever the fuck it's called, like fertilizers, right? Because Belarusian company, I think one, maybe two companies, they're obviously all state owned, so all the money goes, all the fucking profits goes to directly to the usurper and to the fucking dictator and to this regime. They've been fucking happily trading those potash things with the regime. I don't know if they've stopped right now. Perhaps, maybe finally, but they've been doing it definitely since 2020, since the regime definitely solidified that this is now total dictatorship. Nobody fucking helped us, like regular people, in 2020, in 2015, in 2010. People kept doing business both with Russia after annexation of Crimea, after the wars in fucking Georgia. Obviously now with the full invasion of Ukraine, many countries still kept doing business with Russia. Again, this usurper in Belarus, just because he didn't, like, try to fucking steal territories of other countries, doesn't mean that he didn't do atrocious things inside the country. Nobody fucking gave a shit. Nobody from the wider world. Oh, our fucking praise and condolences. Yeah, go fuck yourself with those praises and condolences. Yeah, so I'm just pissed. I'm really pissed because I'm just a regular citizen. I consider myself a citizen of the world, but I'm stuck in a fucking dictatorship shithole, and I'm looking around at all of those fucking politicians who are corrupt as fuck, who never fucking bat an eye and took the money from the most despicable regimes, from the most atrocious people of the world, and then they have a fucking audacity to actually go and create measures like this against regular Belarusian people. Because no fucking Belarusian fucking diplomat or whatever is subjected to this, because they already have their own fucking neutrality or whatever. They can travel wherever the fuck they want, basically. And I can fucking guarantee you that no Lukashenko or his fucking family or whatever would actually go and submit their application through a visa center in Lithuanian visa center to acquire Lithuanian visa to travel to Lithuania for, I don't know, fucking month or whatever the fuck. So this is directly hurting only people of Belarus. Amazing. And what people don't understand is that like this regime has been here before many were even fucking born. Definitely before many could vote. And this regime has like police on their side, military on their side, fucking special, all the fucking intelligence. They're not intelligent by any means. But all those fucking secret services, all the fucking KGBs of the world and whatnot, like it's all here, and it's not a big country. It's just 9 fucking million people. They have their fucking claws in everything. So it's not like you can just like create fucking uprising, revolution, whatever. Especially when people are not armed, obviously. It pisses me off so fucking much. And luckily on this and this website, as you can see, like if you are watching like a YouTube version or whatever, it's called Charter 97, and it is blocked in Belarus. I can't even access actual like news information in Belarus unless I'm using like a proxy or VPNs. Luckily, like people understand. Obviously, like this is an opposition website again, exiled basically in Belarus. So a person said a really good point. So like really strange, because someone was making like, why don't you uprise? Why don't you fucking throw away dictators? Yeah, because it obviously happens like that. Because yeah, show me one example in the fucking history of the world where people just out of nowhere like started, yeah, okay, we've lived under dictatorship for 20 years, now it's enough probably. And now without any external help or anything like that, without like breaking of the elites inside of the country, yeah, just people, regular people who are barely surviving on fucking shitty salaries across the fucking Belarus. Now they will of course start revolutions, of course. So after 30 years of Moscovite regime in Belarus, after 30 years of Russification of Belarus, which is exactly what's happened. Like all the Belarusians are speaking Russian language, me included, to be honest. I mean, they're saying like this particular comment said that like there are no like Belarusian schools, particularly like specifically Belarusian schools. I don't know about it. I know obviously that in school they teach you Belarusian language. At least they taught when I was in fucking school. I don't think things changed in that particular context, but definitely like they're like this regime has been destroying for 30 years everything Belarusian, from literally jailing. I was talking about it in the previous episode, in episode 19 I think, or maybe 18, I think 19, that the regime was actually jailed like recently in 2023 an administrator of like I think Telegram group or VK group, I don't remember what it was, that was just about like pro-Belarusian language. So a person who's a pro-Belarusian language goes to jail, gets jailed. Please tell me if we are fucking occupied or not. What in the fuck is this shit? Like this is insane. That like Lithuania apparently doesn't understand this. Like literally in Belarus, like white, red, white flag is considered right now as like an extremist symbols, and so you're gonna get jailed for it or heavily fined. Great. You can't even go outside wearing like a white, red, white shirt. Definitely not in like a bigger city, like in a capital or whatever. You're literally gonna get either fined or jailed. Amazing, like fucking amazing. And yeah, of course, like it's our fault. It's our fault. Insane. Once again, like yeah, whatever. And what's interesting, and people do remind this even to Ukrainians, because there are some Ukrainians who are really fucked up in their head. They did, in fact, before this full-blown, full-scale Russian invasion, even after Crimea, they did support Lukashenko, a lot of them. They did sort of say that, yeah, it's like a good president, whatever, like the country is stable and everything. We wish we would have something like that. Because we always have like those revolutions, fucking regimes are changing, whatever the fuck, which is brilliant, which is great, which is exactly what healthy society should have. The politicians who are fucking changing each other. And yeah, if freaking things going, into shit. Yeah, okay, let's go. Let's change something. Great. But yeah, basically the context and an interesting point is that like some people were making basically, oh, like you're not really like Belarus is not really occupied territory. You can do like, yeah, you can like overthrow dictator and things like that. And people were quick to point out, is Crimea considered an occupied territory? Nobody's bombing Crimea. I mean, nobody did bomb anyway throughout like 8 years, wherever, since it was occupied by Russia. Nobody bombed there anything. Nobody like shot any people there or anything like that. Was it an occupied territory, or is it still occupied territory? It is, obviously. The same absolutely goes about fucking Belarus. It is occupied fucking territory, occupied by Russia, by pro-Russian fucking forces. Quite literally right now, by Russian forces who are stationed in Belarus. In fact, in the fucking region where I live, like fucking, don't know, less than 100 kilometers away from me. It is like literal armed people with tanks and fucking ammunitions and whatnot. Amazing. But no, like, it's the regular people who go and work as a fucking cashier or, I don't fucking know, electrician. They need to overthrow the regime. And they are the bad guys. Not everyone else who closed their eyes on all the atrocities of this regime, on all of the political prisoners and things like that. And like I'm saying, even Ukrainians were supporting, or at least like some Ukrainians were supporting, saying, yeah, a strong leader, Lukashenko is a man. Great. Fucking stellar. So yeah, that's the news, and that's the first news that we're starting today. And this stream, this stream is gonna get a bit more funny later, because there's some ridiculous shit that happened recently. But in this particular case, yeah, I'm pissed. I'm really pissed. Like I said, it has nothing to do with me. I've never planned to go to Lithuania. I've never been there. I don't really care, like I'm saying, about Baltic states, whatever. But just as an overall sort of, just as an overall, not even concept, but like viewpoint, like your stance on the issue, it just pisses me off. Because like I said, it has nothing to do with the regime. It does nothing to regime, and it only hurts regular Belarusian people who would otherwise might try to fucking escape this country. So yeah, good on Lithuania. Fucking shitheads. That's all I can say about it. Okay, let's go for another one about Belarus. It just happened, 21st of March, that Lukashenko, dictator, usurper of the country, obviously, said that people who don't work, unemployed Belarusian, are potential criminals. Potential criminals. This is the fucking so-called president of the country. Instead of trying to create like basically like a pleasant atmosphere, and atmosphere in which workers would want, or not workers, but unemployed people would want to work, or would even have the capability to work. Instead, he calls them fucking criminal or potential criminals. Amazing. And this is coming after basically, and people do who understand do say like the reason why people don't work is actually that fucking Lukashenko, basically. And it obviously goes sort of different ways, I guess, that you could say. Some people, like myself included, don't want to work for this regime or any like governmental companies, or like minimize their involvement in economy as much as they can, because fucking half of the salary goes to that regime in form of taxes, obviously, because the amount of taxes is almost like 50% in Belarus. So yeah, like obviously don't want to fucking work for that shit, but also because this regime actually does the cleansing right now in the governmental factories, and often the governmental big factories are actually like the sort of city forming places. Like literally, like there could be, I don't know, like a city with like a 50,000 people and like two major factories that employ like, I don't know, like big portion anyway, like I don't know, 10, maybe 20 even percent of the workforce just on those factories. What does he do? He goes on to fucking cleansing. Not particularly like he, but he obviously he's the head, and he's responsible for all the fucking decisions that's been kind of going on in this country. So yeah, the cleansing in like just recently, like some electrical company, whatever. Apparently, like they want to fire quite a lot of employees from railway because now seemingly there's like less export from Belarus into European countries. So and obviously most of it was coming from by railways and by rail and yeah, sort of they don't want to pay people. Whose fault is that? His and only his, because he was the cunt who usurped the power in 2020. And like I can say it even from my family's experience. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but like my cousin, for example, was fired basically from his factory work because not in, like he didn't even get into like protests in 2020 or anything like that, but he got sort of like, I don't know, either got caught for some like beer drinking or whatever the fuck it was. Because imagine that in this fucking country you cannot drink outside. Everybody drinks outside, obviously, but if you get caught, you obviously get, you know, fines or whatever the fuck. So yeah, basically they fired my cousin from like city forming factory, which had like they didn't even pay that much, but still like it was a job and it was payment. And then they would fucking say that, oh, people don't work. Yeah, well, fucking guess why? Just guess why. Anyway. Interesting thing once again. We're just starting in Belarus right now. We're gonna continue later on with other stuff. So another thing about Belarus that the regime basically made secret the information about indexing the income of people, because usually like they published sort of will they index, obviously, like, you know, to keep up with the inflation, all that kind of stuff. Will they index the will they index everything basically or not? And now apparently they just stopped doing this because like why care? Why would they do it? Because now, like I'm saying, they like there's no opposition whatsoever. The last opposition that was there was either exiled or jailed. Most of the resources that actually can provide some information, like real information, are closed or blocked. Inside Belarus, again, without proxies, without VPNs, you can't even access it, and most people do not access this information. And so, yeah, they don't even give a fuck. They don't care. And like, it's not even about indexing. It's not even indexing. Like, there are a lot of things that were basically how do you call it, like classified. Yeah, that's the word. They were classified basically. Employment, about debts, like salary debts basically, about medium unemployment benefits, statistics of deaths, statistics of apparently the number of pensioners, statistics of export, governmental debt, and actually like the payments on the on the governmental budget actually, and the list kind of apparently goes on. It's just something that I kind of quickly found out. I didn't read like the whole big thing, but yeah, that's basically either things are like, I mean, like, this is obviously stupid. If things were going so great with this regime, the country, and everything, right? Why would you classify? Why would you make secret about incomes and about whatever exports and governmental debt and how you actually pay for it? Do you pay for it or no? Do you acquire more of it because you can't pay back whatever? Why would you classify freaking death numbers? Like, what is this shit? Like, mortality rate, not death numbers. My English is a bit rusty. Mortality numbers. Why would you classify mortality numbers, for example? Yeah, like, I really hope this whole regime, this whole country will go into shit really fucking soon in this year already. But yeah, this is the reality. This is the reality of it. This is what's happening at the moment in Belarus. While other countries around Belarus are completely locking regular people from the ability to actually escape it. So yeah, thanks for fucking nothing. You know, the history will remember those who turned their backs on regular people, because we're living in a digital age. Lots of things are getting archived. Obviously laws like that. Even these stupid videos that I do, you know, whatever. If you will hear it in a podcast form, audios that I do, even they preserve the information, you know. And so yeah, the history. I don't think the history would or should look back on, like I'm saying, on those other countries who turn back on regular people and who just lump them all together as like, oh, you're living on this territory, you're a bad person, without, you know, ever actually digging deep and understanding how it all happened. And it all happened in part due to those same countries who continue doing fucking business with the brutal regime who oppressed regular people inside. Because, like, you absolutely cannot have a regime who needs to keep at least like fucking 100,000 of those, like, police, KGB, army, whatever the fuck. And Belarusian regime keeps more than 100,000 of those cunts. You can't have that regime without money coming from somewhere to pay for all of that. And lots of money came from European countries. And let me tell you, those money did not go into medicine, into like housing, into public services that regular people of Belarus would see. No, they went into fucking, like I'm saying, police, KGB, whatever, and then into like palaces and maybe like a fucking highways in Minsk, in the capital, or the fucking wealthy residents of the fucking dictator. So yeah, I'm pissed. I'm pissed about the state of fucking politics, which is, yeah, whatever. So this is a piece of news about. It's from February. It's a bit late. I'm a bit late to this thing. About like USA basically forbid exporting electronics, like smartphones, whatever, as like $300 or more, right? And there's like a giant list of it. I can link it in the description. I don't know if anybody really cares about it. Implementation of additional sanctions against Russia and Belarus under the export administration regulations and refinements to existing controls. It's like on federalregister.gov. Like I said, I can link this document. I took a look at it. They do indeed block a lot of things. And well, first of all, USA electronics worth more than $300. Like I guess there would be like like whatever, like cameras or something like that. Belarusian people are so fucking poor right now, and a lot of Russians as well. They wouldn't be buying that either way. iPhones, maybe like again, a super expensive product. I mean, would you even buy it right now? Not really. People are buying Huawei's and ZTE phones, basically Chinese things. Most of people actually use phones like that instead of like iPhones or whatever. So yeah, like I don't think that would like really, especially since it's like more than $300. There are not a lot of people who can actually afford whatever like SSDs that are more than $300, or again like cameras or whatever. So in that case, like like this is probably like aimed more at like a wealthy Russians, not oligarchs, that's for sure, because they don't give a fuck about all of that. They have like double and triple fucking citizenships in any fucking country they fucking want, and they can buy whatever the fuck they want. So it's interesting that those sanctions, like, what's most important about sanctions is that they block banks. They block banks, and like Russians and Belarusian people right now having a really hard time to actually use their credit cards, debit cards usually, because we usually have debit cards, not credit cards, to even pay for anything. I'm facing this challenge right exactly now. I need to pay for criticaldiscussions.net, and I can't pay with the bank that I have because it's blocked. So I need to go through, and I don't have like a PayPal that I can easily link basically to my account. So like we need to, like, regular people who understand some technology, who are pro-Western, those sanctions, like a lot of them anyway, they don't aim at like those Russian peoples or Belarusian people, but they definitely affect them. And it's just like another sort of another stick basically in a wheel, like that you need to kind of go through, you need to go through hoops basically. You need to go through some challenges to do even the basics. And this particular commenter, I like the fact that he got like 38 upvotes, and also several comments down below who kind of supported his position, shows that there are people, even, and I'm talking right now about Haber.com, which is basically like IT resource of Russia in Russian language. It's like basically it would be like a Reddit / whatever, like whatever the computer Reddit subreddit, or like Hacker News, or like Ars Technica, whatever. Where basically this is like a forum where smarter people congregate, or at least the ones who are like in IT, who understand the world a bit better, who can see sort of the wider world, right? They're not limited just to seeing fucking Russian propaganda and shit like that, right? But apparently, like, again, maybe this is just some troll, maybe he is just like pushing this narrative, but people agreeing with him, which means that there is this presumption, there is this like narrative brewing anyway, that because of those sanctions, lots of people who were kind of neutral or pro-Western start to actually congregating, kind of group around this idea that, well, those propagandists, they were saying that West hates Russians, all Russians, and that like they don't care about Russia or whatever. And now we are going like to whatever experience, like we're experiencing basically that we are going to we're trying to basically pay for something, some goods, whatever, and we can't do it because we're just Russians. That's it. And so those people might start feeling like, oh, maybe propaganda, Russian propaganda, maybe they weren't actually lying. Maybe indeed there is this like sentiment that all Russians are bad, and while a person might think like, why the fuck am I bad? I was supporting Navalny. I was maybe fucking, I don't know, even like beaten and got arrested or whatever for that, for protesting in like whatever 2011 or shit like that. Why am I suddenly a bad guy here? Just because I wasn't able to escape that fucking country? Just because I don't have enough money or maybe don't have enough skill or whatever necessarily at the moment, right? Or like I don't know, maybe like a person didn't know like good enough English to like, or German to like relocate to a foreign company or something like that, right? Maybe they're just like not, top level fucking specialist, right? It's not top level like engineers to be able to like easily relocate. Like and so that person might sit and think like, why the fuck am I the bad guy here? There are like literally fucking billionaires and their families and their staff and all of those cunts who were directly benefiting from the regime, and now they are traveling across the world. They don't give a flying fuck. They have citizenship of various countries, or even fucking European countries, and they're all fine, and I'm whatever fucking Vasya from some fucking city of 100,000 in the middle of Russia with like barely running freaking water and sewer system. Now I am the bad guy. Why the fuck? And that's what I'm saying, like those sanctions, like, yeah, sure, now that they finally introduced the cap on the oil prices, now that the gas income is not there basically, but this is not their fucking achievement. That's the miscalculation of Putin, who blew up fucking Nord Stream. And Europeans didn't cut the gas basically completely. It was done by Putin. Fucking hell. Yeah, with oil, okay, but the budget, the Russian budget was basically made with the oil price about $60, and they capped it at around 60, and so like it's still fine. Russia will have money for the war, but regular Russians, they will suffer. They will suffer not only because they can't buy. Not only because they don't have fucking money now, not only because the quality of like the medicine, social services, and all those stuff is going to fucking drain. Now, not only like they can't, even if they have saved some money, they can't buy like good electronics quality stuff, right? But they can't even use their own freaking cards to pay for Western services, to even pay for like domain name or wherever. They need to jump through hoops. And why? Why are you doing that? Who exactly are you trying to hurt? I don't get this. I just don't get it. Like, I understand from the position of the United States or Baltic states, wherever. They just think, fuck Russia, fuck Belarus, we don't care about them. They're not our market, while they're still buying electricity, like I said, from Belarus. And from United States, like, who gives a fuck about Russia? And that's it, and they're like, we just cut it off. We don't care about that market. And that's it. We are continuing doing our own stuff. And from that position, I kind of understand, like, why should they care about what's going on in a fucking brain-dead totalitarian state who started the bloodiest war since 1939 in Europe? Like, why would they care about people there? But this is, once again, this is approach that is only benefiting Russia. Only benefiting Russia. Russia, in a sense, the totalitarian Russia, the regime of Russia. Because if you don't feel any sympathy, any empathy for a regular person fucking stuck there, like, dude, like, I don't know how we continue in this world if empathy is not a word anymore. and nuance and understanding the details. And yeah, and it's like, yeah, and then some Ukrainian would come into like a Twitter war or whatever and say like, yeah, you fucking Russians, why didn't you throw away your regime, whatever. Well, why didn't you recapture fucking Crimea after 2014? You had 8 fucking years. Did you care about it? Did you try to amass like some production of weapons, whatever, and try to do it? No, you didn't. You barely were even prepared for the fucking full-scale invasion, because all up to the fucking last moment, even your presidents were saying that no, Russia will not invade. Stop scaring our investors. Stop fucking scaring us, United States and United States intelligence. That's not gonna happen. So amazing. You didn't do anything even with your own territory that now you claim Crimea was always Ukraine. It is Ukraine. Yeah, it is. Obviously, it is occupied territory. You had 8 years to do something about it. You didn't do anything in 8 years. And now that the whole world helps you, yeah, now you are amazing. Did anybody help Belarus? Like I'm saying, since 2010, since 2010. No, nobody give a fuck. Whatever, I'm pissed. Okay. So yeah. All right, now let's switch to Russia. And basically parliament, state Duma. Duma is basically a parliament in Russia. Signed a law, or is it called signed a law? Well, yeah, it's like whatever. Signed a law basically about discrediting Russian army and spreading fakes about Russian army, including so-called private military company, which is not a private military company, Wagner, right? 15 years in jail. You know what's funny? There was a Russian scumbag who publicly who returned to Russia, publicly sort of said that he actually killed people. I think maybe it was in Bucha, maybe it was in some other place, and he got jailed. Not because he killed people in other territory, which is forbidden by the law of Russia, by the way, but because he was spreading so-called fakes about Russian army. I kid you fucking not. I kid you fucking not. I don't know if I had this news somewhere here. I don't know if I had this saved, but I kid you fucking not, it happened. That's insane. I mean, insane just in a sense, just like you like realize that the law does not exist, not in Belarus, not in Russia. The own constitution of those countries, the criminal and administrative codes, they do not exist. Like, I mean, they technically exist, but they don't work at all. The courts, like if you're listening this and you actually live in like European Union, in UK, USA, Canada, wherever, in some decent country, right? Just think about it. Literally, the law does not exist. Whatever is thrown at you basically by the state, by the government, if they want to prosecute you, you will be prosecuted. It does, like the evidence, all that kind of shenanigans about like proving innocence of someone or whatever, or proving rather the guilt of someone. None of it exists. None of it matters. If you got under the radar of the regime, you might be as well like you're as good as fucking dead, basically, or definitely jailed. Just think about that. Just think about that context in which, Western people or some Ukrainian people are suggesting Belarusians and Russians to overthrow their regimes. You have one chance, basically, under those circumstances. Either everyone, everywhere, all at once, right, rise up, or you're totally fucked. Because if you don't overthrow the regime from the first try, well, then everybody gets fucking jailed. Exactly what happened in 2020 in Belarus. So yeah, 15 years for spreading so-called fakes, which are not fakes, which are just correct and actually factually correct information. This is called fakes in Russia because Russia doesn't kill people in Ukraine. Russia doesn't do wars in Ukraine because in Russia it's called special military operation or специальная военная операция, SVO. It's not a war. No. The whole year there is a special military operation going on. Yeah, sure. Okay. And if you call the war, 15 years. Well, up to 15 years. But obviously, since courts do not exist, you get in almost always like really fucking severe jail time. And mind you, please can I remind you that in Belarus, there is still death penalty. And the list of the crimes for death penalty was extended quite recently. And now, by the way, in Russia, there are cunts who, in parliament and state duma or whatever, who are calling for reintroducing death penalty in Russia again, because they had it obviously in USSR, and now some are calling for reintroducing it. I just want people to understand the context where people like myself live. And trust me, I despise these regimes and these places way more than any Westerner will ever have. All right. Let's do at least one freaking kind of fun news. Putin signs law banning officials from using foreign words. This is not a joke. Literally signed on March 1st, apparently. Putin signed legislation that bans government officials from using foreign words in official documents and correspondence, as well as while carrying their duties. What's interesting, like I didn't go that like it just sounds fun, right? It just kind of sounds so outrageous, like so fucking stupid and brain dead. Yeah, that it just sounds outrageous. I like they obviously like they published actual documents, and what's interesting, those documents says that you can't use basically words that not sort of subscribing to the norms of Russian literature language, blah blah blah. However, they're like making an exception for foreign words that do not have sort of common Russian variants, basically. And they have apparently a list that goes deeper into this. I don't care about that. Like it's just sort of like a goofy fucking thing. Not goofy. It's just fucking brain dead thing that I thought is kind of a bit funny. And so like I don't want to even go into in depth about it. But yeah, I just wanted to bring it up. It's just because like Russia, like literally fucking can't do anything. They can't create like any modern piece of technology without Western help, because they don't have fucking processors, they don't have like good electronics, nothing. They can't do anything. and the one thing that there is like this fucking child who just like stomps on the ground and like, oh, I am going to invent my own words. Fuck you all. This is so like it's so brain dead. one thing that caught my attention is that they expanded sort of part one of whatever the law about governmental language of Russian Federation, and they sort of expanded it as sort of that the Russian Federation as a language, as a like a governmental forming language of folks included in multinational union of equal rights, having equal rights nations of Russian Federation. It almost sounds like already in paper, like I said, like before, we talked about it in other episodes, that they're literally trying and thinking. Putin apparently thinks about himself as a literally Soviet Union volume 2.0, and he is this like supposedly, apparently, in his stupid, retarded, senile mind, he's this kind of a not conqueror, but sort of unifier of all the territories that were under Soviet Union, whatever the fuck. And so the Russian language is supposed to be as this like the language of the multinational union of other nations that all consist or not consist, all folded into Russian Federation. It's just so brain dead, like just insane rhetoric. I mean, technically, yeah, Russian Federation has lots of other nations who actually have their own language even. But what does Russia do with those minorities? They obviously want to destroy them, like they did destroy Belarus and Belarusian identity with the help of Lukashenko destroyed it with the help of Russia, obviously. Because who gives him money all these fucking years? Russia. So yeah, just wanted to bring this to attention. This little detail. There was some news about Nord Stream, so-called diversions, right? About basically who blew up Nord Stream. And it's interesting that the New York Times did some garbage piece, right? That apparently some pro-Ukrainian group was potentially participated in this like Nord Stream and Nord Stream 2 attacks, which is just so outrageous. Like, how in the fuck would any Ukrainians who are busy trying to survive on their territory would create such a fucking diversion? This is like this whole thing is so ridiculous and outrageous that I think like this is probably done. This whole sort of misinformation campaign is probably done by Russia to throw again some shade at Ukrainians, who obviously Ukrainians right now, Ukraine right now relies on the partners, right? On the partners, including Germany, and Germany was the biggest beneficiary of Russian gas, and Germany was the country who spent the most amount of time thinking about actually helping Ukraine with like tanks and heavy ammunitions and things like that. Now, finally, seemingly, they kind of started to do that kind of stuff. But it took them the longest. And obviously, like, they have a lot of corrupt politicians. France has a lot of corrupt politicians. Italy, Austria, Germany, all of those kind of Hungary. Let's not even talk about them. Europe has a lot of corrupt politicians who have been, I'm pretty sure, influenced by Kremlin, maybe not directly, but indirectly through some various other means and whatnot. And so, like, who would benefit from this news spreading right now, and who would benefit from this? Like, okay, Ukraine goes, let's say, right, Ukraine goes and blows up Nord Stream. Who benefits from this? Like, Ukraine needs help from Europe, and now Ukraine has done a great deal of damage basically to Europe, because now suddenly Europeans need to pay more, or need to like reroute their whole like gas imports and whatnot, right? Like, why would they do this? On the other hand, you're Russia, you're Kremlin, you're Putin, you're this piece of shit, Peskov, whatever. You don't give a fuck really, and you're just saying, you're just showing off like, this is our pipeline, we can do whatever the fuck we want with it. You think that you can continue supporting Ukraine? Well, let us show you what like a crisis means. And then they cut off the supply of gas, and obviously Europe has been reliant on Russian gas to quite a large extent. But guess what? Europe survived. They rerouted it. Norway, probably the biggest beneficiary of this fucking dumb shit that stupid Russians have done, because they right now supply like this. They basically the portion that Russia was supplying to Germany now supplies. Norway supplies it. Okay, Norway says thank you very much. So yeah, like it makes zero sense for Ukrainians to do this. Zero sense, because literally without them, without Europe, without European help, obviously without European help, without UK, USA, but I'm saying that like it's all allies. Why would you damage your own allies? It makes no fucking sense. And let me tell you, Ukrainians haven't been noticed, haven't been spotted doing absolutely brain dead and outrageous shit, unlike fucking Russians, both on the battlefields and in general in politics, geopolitics, things like that. It's Russians who have been spotted doing brain dead thing, like annexing Crimea, like starting the fucking full-blown war, things like that, just to name a few. Trying to kill Navalny, whatever. So yeah, it makes no sense, and it's just like, I don't understand like what New York Times, how they didn't vet properly that story. Why some Zeit, like some German Zeit, which time in German, how they also threw some garbage, through some misinformation, I'm pretty sure there. I didn't get like super deep into that story, because I know this is like Russian operation, like a, what's it called, like a psyops operation, right? Like to spread misinformation and to seed some doubt in the mind of the collective West, so to speak, that maybe Ukrainians are bad, they caused you a crisis, an energy crisis, when they blow up the Nord Stream or whatever. Ukrainians have nothing to do with this. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you fucking that. Especially since it's Russia who has like really trained, quite a lot trained divers. Ukraine doesn't even have a thing. I don't think Ukraine even have like those divers who's supposed to, by these claims, blew up those fucking Nord Stream pipelines. Makes no fucking sense. Just makes no fucking sense. So yeah, just wanted to talk about that. Germany said that they are basically searching some kind of a vessel that might be related to those explosions, but apparently, like they didn't disclose anything. They're just saying that there is some investigation going on. So, yeah. Okay, let's briefly talk about things that happened in Georgia, actually. I didn't obviously talk about it like a week ago, a couple of weeks ago when it was happening. Protests in Georgia because, because what? Because Georgia is also to a degree occupied by Russians. in sense that there is a party. This is kind of a similar thing that was happening in Ukraine. In Georgian parliament, there is a pro-Russian coalition, basically pro-Russian party kind of a thing, right? And basically they try to do something outrageous, and people weren't happy about it. Let's put it that way, right? There were protests, tear gas, things like riots on the street. I don't think it happened for like a long time. I'm not sure if it's happening now. Right, but Georgians, they went to the streets basically. Basically, in Georgian parliament, they tried to put the law in place about the same in the same kind of a manner that Russia has it about foreign agents, meaning that if you are like a non-commercial organization, non-commercial organization, right, and also like mass media, if you get in more than 20% of your finances from like foreign sources, you need to basically they would put like more control on you. You would have, I think, like you would have probably some additional burden of like paperwork, things like that. You would have to probably put, like Russia does it. You need to put, if you are in the foreign agent list, you can't like access certain basically advertisers, and you have to always like put like a flag basically saying, oh, this media is this message is created by foreign agent organization, all the kind of garbage like that. And basically Georgian Dream, as this is a party name, and pro-Russian Power of People party, they sort of put it into the parliament, and obviously that caused lots of frustration amongst Georgians. And then they kind of, after those protests, they kind of quietly sort of took it down, but not really, because like they didn't go through correct procedures. So once the law is introduced into the parliament, you can't just like revoke it. You can't just take it back. It needs to get voted no. And that didn't happen, as far as I at least understood. At least like it wasn't voted like in a sort of final, I guess, like in there's like a 2-tier system as far as I can understand, and basically it wasn't voted properly no. They kind of just sort of said they backtrack and said like, oh yeah, okay, people apparently don't like it, so whatever. The thing is, obviously, like I'm assuming anyway, there are like organizations who sponsor media from like European Union or United States and whatnot, right? Like, because lots of people in Georgia, especially younger people, this is the same as it was in Belarus. Lots of them want to be with Europe, not with Russia, because they see what Russia brings: death, destruction, corruption. What else? Just garbage, basically, right? People want to be with European Union again in Georgia and in Belarus, in Ukraine, obviously, because they had this whole now association with European Union, because they can travel even there without visas, which is amazing, which is something that I wished I had. Things like that, basically. But yeah, Georgia right now is kind of occupied by, also, at least to a degree, by pro-Russian forces, basically. And so people just don't want that to this whole thing to escalate to a degree where, they would be like really under Russian control. And even like what is it called? The State Department of the United States said that they might sanction Georgian authorities because of that particular law. if it would be passed, even though like people are like clearly protesting against it. It's just interesting sort of development that it's an interesting development in terms of we can see like there are events happening right now, which were like once in areas which were once sort of under Russian influence. Moldova is a good example. There's like little things are happening in that country right now, or whatever. Somebody blows up some whatever, like a what was it? Like they're like, I think there was like a Ministry of Defense or some little like terrorist here and there happening there. Some little fucking thing happening in Georgia. Some little thing happening in like Belarus, wherever. Some little thing happening here. Like you can like if you look basically at the map, obviously like some things are like happening in like Azerbaijan or like in Armenia, that kind of region. You can clearly see the hand of Russia in all of those cases, clearly. And in some cases, they're not even hiding it. Like I'm saying, in Georgia with this like pro-Russian party. Some don't even hide it. And it's so clearly that Russia sort of grasps for influence in those areas that do not want to do with them anymore, anything to do with them anymore. Regions, again, like Moldova, Georgia, without dictator, it would be Belarus as well, Ukraine, obviously. They don't want to do anything with Russia. All of those states, countries, whatever, regions, they want to escape the influence, mostly anyway. Younger people, for sure, want their country to escape the influence of Russia, stop this whole corrupt regimes and whatnot, politicians, and move towards the democratic, free Europe. And it's so clearly, like I'm saying, that those senile fucks from KGB, like Putin, like all his mafia, they're just grasping for influence. Those 60 plus, 70 plus years old fucks who should be in the grave already. They're just trying to claw back their fucking influence, but they got none. They're trying, but the younger generation sees through all of that fucking bullshit. Because they have internet. They can read stuff, especially if they were smart enough to learn English, so they can actually verify the sources. So they can read stuff that is published by like independent media, not just like pro-Russian in Russian language propaganda garbage shit. So yeah. But yeah, that happened, and it was kind of interesting. And like I'm saying, I didn't follow through like the story particularly well. And I don't really know like what's happening there right now. I've seen at least that after some time, like after a few days of those posts again, like at least that particular law seems like get backtracked, but like I said, not particularly kind of correctly. So there is sort of still time to for the story to develop, I guess. But yeah, and the police actually freed all those people who were detained basically during those protests. So I think there were thousands of people actually detained. No, it says 133, but I'm pretty sure I've read about like, okay, maybe I'm like overthinking this, but basically apparently they freed all those people who protested, who got detained, and I guess it all kind of quieted down in a way, because there was apparently no news after basically like whatever 10th of March or something like that. So yeah, I can only like hope that it just stopped, and Georgian politicians did realize that that shit will not fucking fly, and it's great. and it's absolutely great. And I'm really happy for Georgia. If that's like how the story basically ended, the government tried to do some shit. The people went to the streets and showed like, no, it's not gonna fucking fly. And the government said, well, okay, me sorry. If that's how it is, great. I'm fucking happy for Georgia. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the fact that apparently Russia is afraid of buying ballistic missiles from Iran. First of all, like just the whole thing, Russia is afraid of buying ballistic missiles from Iran. Like why the fuck would Russia need to buy ballistic missiles from Iran? Well, that's because Russia can't fucking create anything of their own, because spoiler alert, Russia is shit at technology, at actually creating things, even for their beloved military. Um, just the capacity is not there, the components are not there. Obviously, they're suffering with the lack of electronics, for example, and like the capacity isn't there. They've actually used so many of those missiles in the first, even like in the first, particularly in the first like 3 months or so, 3 to 4 months, maybe even 6 months, that recently, I want to say like in the past, yeah, probably like since, I don't know, like November. So in the past, like, what, 4, 5 months, they didn't even use that many missile strikes. There weren't that many missile strikes on Ukraine. Obviously, I was talking about absolutely horrendous one in Dnipro in January, right? I think it was, that the rocket obviously just hit a regular civilian apartment building and killed, I think, I forgot already how many, but a lot of people. Which is obviously should be also considered a crime, war crime, and all of those cunts and those cunts who launched that missile are all identified. I even made a fucking video about it. Go watch it. And yeah, but my point is that even though, like, obviously, like, I can't stress enough how fucking horrendous those acts in and of itself, right? Even though they are not sort of on the scale how it was at the beginning of the war, right? Those missile strikes. Those missiles are still missiles. You can look at the size of it. It's a fucking size of a truck. It's got a shit ton of fucking explosives inside. It literally can destroy like a section of the building, which is like what, like 20 something meters high and like 20 meters wide or even more, and whatever, 10 meters deep probably. Just annihilate that kind of a section of the building. So that's a fucking powerful shit. So even one of them, if it lands anywhere in Ukraine, that is terrific. Not terrific. Sorry, terrible. Um, and obviously it brings destruction and death. I don't want it to like understate that. Oh, now they're using less of them. Even one death, because even one death of regular people who have nothing to do with this, like who is just like trying to live their life, trying to survive. This is already one death too many. And it's so fucked up that it's been year after this whole fucking war, and Israel only now thinks about actually giving Ukraine something like an Iron Dome and those like NASAMS and things like that, anti like aircraft sort of again like defensive system. Either there's like whatever like 3 4 in Ukraine right now, or maybe not even single one in Ukraine right now. but promises obviously from everyone that, oh yeah, we're gonna give you this, we're gonna give you that, while those things um, could have prevented at least some of the deaths and some of the destruction that rockets like that bring. But yeah, basically Russia kind of, because Iran obviously is under sanctions, because Iran is like one of the worst regimes in this world, Russia was kind of thinking apparently if they should buy or shouldn't buy rockets from them. Um, and apparently, at least as of sort of now, as of like mid-March, um, Russians kind of think that if they kind of acquire those additional ammunitions from other countries like Iran, and we're going to talk about China later, maybe then the West will kind of see it as a carte blanche, basically, to give Ukraine also the weapons, the missiles that can fly up to whatever 300, 400 kilometers. Because now I don't think they have it. Like the HIMARS systems that Ukraine has, I think the rockets inside have the range of like I think 100 kilometers, something like that, maybe a bit more. Don't quote me on that. But not like definitely not 3, 4, 500 kilometers. Although Ukrainians are really cunning with their use of drones, because apparently Russia does not have proper air defense system at all, because lots of Russia in various different fields, if you poke in it, it is a Potemkin village. If you don't know what Potemkin village is, just Google Potemkin village. Just read about it if you've never heard that term. It's just all facade in many fucking areas, right? And yeah, Ukrainians were doing good fucking shit with their drones recently, flying 200, 300, 400, apparently I think even a bit more, inside Russia, and landing on some aerodromes, airports, right? Military, obviously, not the civilian. They're not fucking animals. They never attacked any kind of civilian infrastructure or like oil refineries, things like that. Things that sort of Russia uses in the war. And yeah, so even without like long range missiles in Ukraine right now, Ukrainians are finding the way to do some damage. Okay, so then, okay, so this is that about Iran, right? But there's also another news about Iran, that apparently Russia has decided to agree to help Iran with the nuclear weapon, and that's a big deal. Because so far, I don't think Iran has got like the technology to actually create a nuclear weapon, but apparently they have they've made Iran like 83.7%, and I think you need like 90 something, right? I think. I'm not sure really. I'm not like particularly expert about it on this. However, apparently even that is already good enough. But yeah, obviously, like with the help of Russia, they can do even more. They can do even better. They can do it even quicker in terms of like creating nuclear weapons. And I think after that, Israelis actually started to finally think about giving Ukraine Iron Dome systems. Because obviously there's like a big contention point. Obviously, Iran tries to destroy Israelis. Israelis try to not get destroyed, but there's been a long history of not good, but at least a connection between Israelis and Russians. Russians obviously are kind of on the side of, or were for the longest part anyway, helping Israel, and were on the side of Israel. And that's why kind of, I guess it was harder took some time for Israel to actually understand which side of the history they should be on, and that's obviously with their fucking Western partners, with all of the Western world. And finally, apparently, they're coming to senses. Probably after these news, that Russia kind of tries to do more business with Iran. And mind you, right, like Russia is buying like drones in Iran, because Russia can't even create fucking drones themselves. Like a flying small engine, some flying fucking shit that carries some load, right? Some bomb. They can't even create that basic thing. Because it sounds pretty fucking, I mean, I understand obviously it's not particularly basic, but it's pretty fucking basic. It's pretty fucking basic. It's not like creating some really highly fucking sophisticated electronic system, self-guidance rockets and whatnot. Like, it's a fucking little plane, and Russia has created some big planes, so surely you would think that it's not such a big deal to create smaller ones. Not really. They're buying it from Iran. So Russia is doing. Look at the fucking map. Who Russia is allied with, and unfortunately, because of the usurper in Belarus, who Belarusian people, Belarus is aligned with. So Russia, right? Like Iran, totalitarian nightmare of a regime. North Korea, same shit. China, same shit. Who else even? Who else even there? Yeah, maybe some obscure African country that nobody, no offense to some of those countries, who like 90 fucking 9 probably percent of Russians will never point on the map of Africa. What are we fucking talking about? What are we talking about? And none of those countries are the countries that you want to go and visit and live there, you know? Whilst on the other side is literally the whole developed Western world. UK, United States, Canada, Germany, France, obviously Europe, Baltic states, wherever. Fuck Hungary and their dictator. But it's just wow. It's just wow. Yeah. All right. All right. Um, Basically, Ukrainians did carry some good operation in Bryansk, right? Um, I don't really remember what they targeted. Was it like an oil refinery or something like that? Um, I don't really remember, but basically Russia has responded saying that their massive like artillery, or not artillery, like a missile strike is basically like a retribution for a terrorist act, a terakt as it's called in Bryansk Oblast, which is like, do you have any fucking self-awareness? You are bombing Ukrainian cities for a terrorist act, while you are performing a terrorist act for more than a year right now. Obviously, it's a rhetorical question, so obviously none of those cunts have any fucking self-awareness or anything like that, right? But, um, but yeah. Russia launched a Dmitry Kuleba, Ukrainian. Who is it? Is he like a foreign affairs? Yeah, Minister of Foreign Affairs. Russia launched a massive missile and drone attack in Ukraine overnight. And mind you, this is 9th of March 2023. 9th of March 2020. So 8th of March, International Women's Day, which is celebrated obviously both in Russia and in Ukraine. and Putin was doing a speech actually. That cunt has an audacity to actually go and do a speech saying everything is fine, dear women, thank you, whatever, for all of your stuff, while he's actually taking sons and husbands and brothers of those women and sends them to death, because that's what's happened when they go onto Ukrainian territory. They're dead. They're dead in a span of 2 weeks to a month. So yeah. Yeah. Kherson, like Russians artillery performed an artillery strike on Kherson, which they claimed, right? Like before it was deoccupied, they were claiming Kherson is with Russia forever, our brothers, we saved you, whatever. And now four people are dead there. Not now, like, and not only 4 people, obviously, but just the whole, like, it's it's hard to describe just how, like, mind fucking this whole situation is, in terms of, like, again, like, I'm living in this fucked up Belarus country and just reading certain news and seeing somehow how some people react to those news, like older generations, like parents and whatnot, right? And then, like, looking at those things, like, again, Russia claims Kherson is our brothers, whatever, and then once it is deoccupied, they're bombing them and not even batting an eye or anything like that. I just can't understand how people like that can exist in this world. And it's kind of, yeah, it's a bit frustrating, to be honest, that people like that do exist in this world. But yeah, that happened, basically. That happened. So Ukraine, almost every time, does a very precise, a very careful strike, or like little operation with their drones and things like that on a key position of, like, Russian military, or again, like, things like oil refinery, things like that directly contribute to the war, or directly can kind of disrupt some sort of, like, a disrupt basically the Russian forces, even for, like, a week or two, whatever, and sort of push them to change their logistics, like maybe move some things further from the front lines, which obviously means that now it takes more time to actually bring, like, ammunitions or fuel and things like that, right? And then Russia, all the time, without exceptions, retaliate in terms of bombing civilians, all the time, without exception. And then what they do is, on the propaganda channels, they go and they say that they've destroyed Nazis in Ukraine, whatever. And what's even more fucked up is that people, older generation, believe in that lie, even in Belarus. Because I had a conversation quite recently with my father's acquaintance friend, who was repeating to me they all repeat almost word by word Russian propaganda. And I was just, and he, luckily, that guy, at least, like, when I called Putin a cunt, he was agreeing with that. He wasn't agreeing that Lukashenko is also a cunt, which is, to me, like, how can you hold this position in your mind? How can you, on one hand, say that Putler is a cunt, but that this mustache cockroach motherfucker is not a cunt? How? Like, they're the same. And one, Lukashenko, wouldn't exist without Putin. Because, like I said before, you need money to actually have this regime, to pay to all those cunts who are the bedrock of your regime. all those policemen and KGB and whatever. Yeah, that was an interesting conversation. It's the same thing with older generation, almost without exceptions. They watch stupid propaganda on TV. They don't bother having good quality sources of information, even online, because online you go onto YouTube, and the second you start clicking on some garbage shit, atrocious shit, YouTube will just oblige. It will give you more of this same shit. And then suddenly, if you don't have fucking critical thinking, and apparently, none of the, or basically none of the so-called adults, older generation of my parents, apparently none of them have fucking critical thinking skills. And it's so bizarre, like, I'm so perplexed by it, by this fact, like, yeah. Anyway, okay. I talked about it before. I just wanted to mention that it is like legit. Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, who is currently elected president of Belarus, who usurper Lukashenko usurped the power from, basically, who didn't allow her to become a president, who basically took her passport. By the way, her husband in jail. Belarus has death penalty. They took it to the border, gave her passport, say you either go to Lithuania or you go to jail or your husband dies or something like that. So the president, Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, is jailed 15 years. Jailed, obviously, she's not jailed, but this, like, they would sentence her if they could, because she's not inside of the country, obviously. In absentia. The whole thing was done in absentia. That's the word I need to learn. But yeah. And also 4 more people who were sort of helping her and like participating in this whole like politics. 18 years, 12 years for people. I don't think. Yeah, they're all abroad already. I think they're all in Lithuania, which is again just an interesting thing, right? All of those cunts who escaped from Belarus to Lithuania didn't fucking do anything to prevent Lithuania to create the law that Lithuania just created, which is sweet fucking baby Jesus. It's like not even people inside the Belarus, or not inside, but who are Belarusian, who are anti-Lukashenko, things like that. Not even they care enough or can do enough to prevent atrocious shit done now, not only by the dictator inside Belarus, but by outside forces, foreign states. So yeah, it's just like, what do you do if you're a regular Belarusian person? What the fuck do you do? Okay, anyway, I don't want to start the same shit again. Lavrov, foreign minister of fucking Russia.
You know, the war which we are trying to stop and which was launched against us using Ukrainian people, of course, it influenced the policy of Russia, including energy policy.
That was India, and they were laughing at him, which is amazing, because like, think how much of a fucking despicable piece of shit you have to be,
you know,
to even say
war,
things like that.
Which
the war
we are trying to stop.
The war which we are trying to stop, that was launched against us, says Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Sergei Lavrov. Can you fucking imagine the state of absolute collapse, really, of like politics, of thought, of just thinking process, where that statement can be said out loud. And it's so brilliant that they actually laughed at him. It's just so brilliant. And I just saw recently on Twitter, like some Australian, I couldn't find the exact link for this episode, but the Australian journalist was absolutely fucking putting on blast. Was it Belarusian or Russian? But like basically whatever governmental cunt. They were fucking putting them on blast. Like they were just starting an interview of like, how do you live with yourself being such an despicable piece of shit? And the guy was just like, I wish like first 20 seconds the guy was just laughing. well, you start and I just don't understand how those all cunts, they all fucking speak with that fucking thick, heavy fucking Russian accent. I don't get that part. Or, like, why do you start the conversation, like, why do you start the interview like that? Like, dude, holy shit. You're representing your country, you can't even fucking speak normal English. Holy fuck, that's already amazing. But yeah, anyway, I'll try to find that video and show you that. Maybe actually, you know what? Let me just try to do that. Okay, I did find it. Okay, this is just
Ambassador
like
Pavlovsky,
gold.
welcome to 7:30.
Russia's ambassador to Australia. Okay, this is the cunt. Okay.
Good day.
Ambassador, you're here in Australia enjoying the benefits of a free and open society. How do you live with yourself representing the repressive, dictatorial Putin regime?
This is such fucking gold. This is just fucking gold. Like, Sarah Ferguson, apparently, this is the presenter who said this, on ABC 7:30, apparently. I'm not Australian, I don't know none of these channels, I don't know her, but that is just fucking gold.
Ambassador, you're here in Australia enjoying the benefits of a free and open society. How do you live with yourself representing the repressive, dictatorial Putin regime?
That is how interviews should be done. That's how interviews should be fucking done. People take the lessons.
I find that funny.
And she's like, why you find it funny?
You find that funny?
She's a fucking savage.
What I find funny is your way to start an interview.
Pretty straight question.
Yes.
And once again, fucking ambassador in Australia. How the fuck can you represent your country speaking with this fucking thick Russian accent? You've probably lived there, I'm assuming, in Australia if you're an ambassador there. How the fuck is it even possible? Like, cunt like myself, I know that I have accent, but it's nowhere near as bad as that cunt. Whoever, I don't even know his fucking name. I don't want to know his name. He's a garbage piece of shit. But I will definitely include that link to this news because I've seen there was like a longer version. Right now, I've checked like a quick like a 30 seconds, but I definitely know there was like a 6 minutes or something
Welcome
like that.
To
At least I've seen it. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I just wanted to like include this because it's fucking gold. It's absolute gold. Yeah, maybe no. I'm pretty sure there was like a 2.6 whatever. I'm gonna put it into the description so you could laugh with me at this absolute brain dead piece of shit, Russian ambassador in Australia. Okay. I'm not sure if I talked about it in a previous episode, but German concern Rheinmetall concern, no, German trust concern. Okay, Rheinmetall, right? Like a developer of Panther tanks, apparently wants to, or can at least, create a factory in Ukraine. And it's so interesting that they said that the factory apparently will cost 200 million euros, which to me sounds quite low, really. I like, maybe I don't understand something. And well, I mean, they're saying that they can create, so it only costs 200 million euros, and they could create up to 400 tanks per year. That sounds like awfully lot, to be honest. I don't really I didn't follow again all these news because they always fucking talk. Oh, we're gonna supply you with tanks. We're gonna give you this, and they never do. And so like I stopped following those kind of news. I'm following basically Michael Naki and Ruslan Lviev, and they have this like daily. Unfortunately, it's on Russian, and unfortunately they don't have like English subtitles, so I can't like include those videos really in my materials basically. But I'm basically following they have this like daily basically show about daily news. It's not show because show implies this some entertainment, whatever. It's just like daily news, just critical information about what's happening on the sort of front line, like the key events. This is what I'm following because they are both very trustworthy. Ruslan Lviev is maybe you've heard, conflict intelligence team, and Michael Naki, like a blogger and journalist. But yeah, basically, I'm following them, and so since I didn't hear them really talk about the factory being like really built, I just don't really, yeah, I don't think it's worthy of attention right now anyway. Because again, like the price, 200 million euros. I mean, it's a lot of money, obviously, but that's like tank factory built from the ground up. It doesn't sound like a lot of money, to be honest. And 400 Panthers, that's a lot as well. I don't understand enough about it to actually dive deep into this. But yeah. And apparently Panther is the latest generation of the battle tanks of Rheinmetall, and nobody's using them. Not a single army in the world, and they're apparently better than Leopard 2, which is kind of, I don't know. I'm always like I'm almost thinking that maybe this concern Rheinmetall just said this to boost. I don't know. Are they like publicly traded company? Apparently they are, right? I think does it mean? Yeah, they're public traded company. So it almost like seems like they're trying to boost their value, their stock prices. I don't know, with things like that. It's like, oh, we can do this, in that amount of time and that amount of money, and obviously Ukraine will get the latest and greatest. It's just almost like a bit of a PR stunt, feels like. I don't want like to imply like this disingenuous sort of intents from them, but don't know. All right. something that happened as well is Pentagon blocked some information about war crimes of Russia. Blocked sending them to Hague, right? And I feel like basically President of the United States and other departments of governmental sort of branches do not really agree with this position of Pentagon and do say that we need to transfer all the materials sort of that we have to the International Court in Hague, and because obviously that would help prove Russian war crimes and help find and prosecute, or at least issue the order for war crimes for specific individuals. But apparently the sort of the thinking goes that if Pentagon sort of transfers those documents and whatnot for Russian war crimes, then someone later could do the same, but with Americans as well. Sort of set this kind of a precedent, because obviously in any war there would be, I guess, war crimes, and probably Pentagon knows about United States war crimes, I would assume. I don't know, somewhere like in Afghanistan or Iraq. Maybe they're trying to protect those people. I don't know. I feel like any war, any person who committed war crimes should be prosecuted. It doesn't matter if it's Russian or United States citizen for that matter. So I think the only correct way to do it is to actually transfer all the materials that you have right now on Russians, and if later there would be some sort of a case against the United States citizens who committed war crimes in some other parts of the world, they should be prosecuted too. Sorry, but that's the way it is. In my opinion, at least. And listen, I am absolutely against wars, just in general. This shouldn't be a fucking solution to any problem in 21st century. I don't even know why do I have to fucking say this out loud, but apparently I do. But if you had a fucking misfortune to happen to be in war zone, right? Especially as whatever fucking liberator, in Iraq, Afghanistan, whatever, right? This is your responsibility to not commit fucking war crimes. Sorry to fucking spill it like that, but it is like that. And so if some Americans did commit war crimes, they should be prosecuted as well. Simple as that. Okay. And here we go, finally, to our biggest news. And the biggest news is as follows.
The International Criminal Court has issued 2 warrants of arrest in the Ukraine situation. For Vladimir Putin, President of the Russian Federation, and for Maria Lvova-Belova, Commissioner of the Russian President for Children's Rights, for the alleged war crimes of deportation of children from Ukrainian occupied territories into the Russian Federation.
Okay. What happened is unprecedented thing. I mean, there have been presidents before like that, but current fucking president of a giant fucking country, the cunt called Vladimir Putin, got a warrant. Got a fucking arrest warrant from International Criminal Court in Netherlands, Hague, Netherlands. Anyway, I've people. This is just such a phenomenal news that I can't hold my excitement really, because people have been sort of thinking and speculating about this and just wishing for this to happen, and it happened. March 17th, 2023. That is insane. I'm super like joyful, and I'm glee with like I'm smiling because it means, and this court this court this arrest warrant does not expire. It doesn't just go away. It is there now. It is there now, and it means that any nation of like 123 member states have an obligation to arrest Putin and transfer him to The Hague for trial if he sets foot on their territory. The list of these 123 countries, like, I'm pretty sure you can find online. I don't have it in front of me. And there's also this Maria Lvova-Belova, who the fuck cares, Commissioner for Children's Rights. The cunt, she even joked. I saw some like little piece of news, like she even joked that she thanked Hague for recognizing her efforts to save children. Oh, I'm reading it right now. I was just fucking pulling it from my head, but it's great that the international community has appreciated the work to help the children of our country. That's what she said. I was just trying to remember this from my memory, but yeah, there was a quote there. Just imagine how fucking like those. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, do those people think that they're like living some simulation or whatever, where they can like start it all over anew, and where like crimes against humanity is some kind of a noble thing to? I just don't understand. I don't understand how those people think. Like, Putin is scared. He is scared. He definitely realizes now that he is properly fucked. That cunt, Lvova-Belova, I don't get like why she's boasting about this. She thinks that she will escape the justice? Really? Like, she, some low-level cunt, she thinks she will escape the justice. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And yeah, basically it means obviously that first of all, they are exiled at least from 123 countries, and given the fucking state of the world that already sort of blocks the communication and kind of talks and conversations and whatnot, communication with Russia anyway. It's, like I said, it's Russia, Iran, China, North Korea. Great. Impeccable company. Impeccable. But yeah, I'm just so happy that this happened. What it means, obviously, there's just like lots of implications and lots of consequences of the decision, right? If previously people would think, like, how can Russia fall apart? Who could, what can be done with Putin? How can we stop all of this? Right now, there is like a procedure that Russian elites can do. Like, I don't think they will do, because they're all absolutely fucking chickens, most of them. But maybe as the war continues, and as the Russia will become, well, even more of a shitty place that it is right now. Obviously, they will not have in a couple of years all their like gas and oil fucking money. Like, yeah, sure, Russia's trying to redirect sort of stuff to China. They don't have Nord Stream 1 or Nord Stream 2 that goes to China. They can't just easily replace basically all the money that came from European Union by Chinese money. It's not gonna happen, obviously, and hopefully China and India, those two countries, will come to senses. Actually, I'm not sure if China will. I really at least hope that India at least will, because India can become new China. Really, they have giant population. A lot of them speak English. A lot of them are actually more pro-Western, sort of pro-Western kind of facing, basically. They could become new basically new hub for technology, for create. And listen, we all know about India is already participating in technology, in coding and programming and engineering and things like that. There are a lot of smart people from India. Even by sheer size, there will be a lot of them. And now they could replace China as like a world's new factory, basically, right? Because a lot of companies are trying to pull out of China, especially if China will try to do something with Taiwan. And so it would be great. Well, I don't know, India is obviously, has their own problems, but at least it's not super fucking totalitarian regime, not now anyway. They can become new China in terms of money will pour there, factories will open of those big corporations, and if they're quick and smart enough about all the situation, India could be one of the biggest benefactory of the whole situation in the world in general, and then this fight the good Western world versus Russia and versus China, and India again can make their choice to be with the good guys, Anyway, but yeah, so what I'm saying is that if one day someone in Russian military or whatever will decide it's enough of that shit, enough of Putin, enough of this garbage, enough of this bullshit, they can literally capture him, handcuff, detain, and then transfer him to Hague. Hague, as it's called in Russian language. There is right now there is a straight pathway for that, and I've heard it. I did not check it myself, but again, I've heard it from Ruslan Leviev, who is a knowledgeable source. Apparently, USA's what is it, the Defense State Department, whatever, some department basically, has got a $5 million reward, but I'm not sure how it is phrased. Just sort of to bring those individuals who are responsible in war crimes or whatever to justice, or for Putin specifically. I think it's more general stuff. I don't think they've mentioned Putin specifically. I think it's something like $5 million to bring sort of war crime individuals to justice, something like that. But basically, you could, and you know what I'm thinking about? Not even those high fucking top level guys, right? In Russia, but a driver, or fuck knows what, a bodyguard, a personal bodyguard of Putin or some shit like that. Could think if that information maybe finally gets to them, I don't know. I can get tomorrow $5 million international protection, citizenship in some other country, if I just take this one piece of garbage and I arrange his extradition to International Criminal Court, or maybe some low-level KGB shithead, right? Who maybe understands ins and outs of that fucking agency, FSB or whatever they call it right now. I don't know. I'm just spitting ideas, What's interesting about this particular thing, about this International Criminal Court, is that in 2005, Putin was in International Court of United Nations, also in Hague, right? So it's not the same, but close enough. And he said that Hague is the capital of international justice. He just said that.
Одной из основ конституционного.
He said a lot of stuff, whatever, right?
Большая честь.
But
выступать.
And he said that it is a big honor for him to actually stand there and whatever, say the shit that he said. Just remarkable that it took, 2008 was already like just after, in 3 years he will start the war in Georgia, but obviously now, 18 years later, and he is wanted. Not in that particular court, but obviously, like, probably he would get to that court eventually, maybe. Don't know, not sure. But basically, he's wanted in that same city by a similar institution for crimes. Yeah. What's interesting is that they are trying those two cunts, Putin and that Lvova below, or whatever the fuck she's called. They're trying them for illegally deporting children from Ukraine. That both makes sense and doesn't make sense. It makes sense because they actually boasted about it. They, like, on TV documented how they take Ukrainian children and deport them into Russia. So they're admitting on tape to their crimes. There was an episode quite a long time ago that I recorded, right? Called Critical Discussions. I don't remember which one it was. But there was a joke about Ukrainian soldier made a joke. We're so lucky they're so fucking stupid. Talking about Russian soldiers at that particular time. But that really literally applies to most, if not all, of those like Russian politicians, high up officials, governmental officials, all those absolutely brain dead fucking cunts. Absolutely brain dead cunts. They're literally admitting to their own fucking crime on TV. They're bragging about it. And then they're like, well, we don't care about your court. We don't follow this jurisdiction. We don't agree with it. We don't have to do anything with it, which is technically true. I think in 2015 or 16 they stopped basically participating in this like international criminal court, as far as I remember. But it doesn't matter really. Again, you can't travel to a lot of countries now, and again, there is now basically a price on your head if you are put there. Now there is a fucking arrest warrant that says, hey, bring us this guy. And now it is there in the world. It's out there in the world, which is why I'm so excited, because even if like 2 months ago you would tell me that Putin will be International Criminal Court will issue a warrant for Putin, I would say like, well, yeah, sure, okay. But now it is here. It is here, and it's incredible. What's not incredible, and I wanna specifically talk about this. What's not incredible is the reaction that a lot of sort of people had in the comment section. In the comment section of various English-speaking, I guess, mainstream media, you could say. Greatest April Fools of the decade. It's not even April. U.S. is among dozens who are not there, who have not joined the court. And yet Bush and Blair aren't indicted for the Iraq war. United States and Russia signed Rome Statute, not ratified. An insult to imagine an arrest warrant for Putin. Like, a lot of people, and this is this is The Guardian, right? The Sun. It's hard to say whether stupidity or hypocrisy weighs heavier in balance here. The nomination goes to the right actors. They should prosecute Tony Blair to show Putin they're serious. The equivalent of giving Hitler a bad review on TripAdvisor. Like, a lot of people either making jokes or they straight up pointing fingers to other countries, which I don't know, because obviously we know that psyops by Russia is done all the time, especially on those in those comment section, to influence the opinion of Europeans and Western people in general, and Americans, everybody who speaks UK people, obviously Brits, everyone who speaks English, things like that. What are they going to do? Knock on his door with a warrant? Nobody's arresting Putin. I'm afraid the problem is the United States doesn't even seem to recognize it. Still waiting for the one for Tony Blair, blah, blah, blah. It's the same shit, right? The only one I think I found particularly alright was the independent comment section. But even now, apparently, it's been either overtaken by some trolls. Breaking news: Putin has also issued a warrant for Biden for war crimes, or like, yeah, I think he's really worried, laughing face, whatever. What's the top comment? Because that was top comments. Because when I checked it, maybe Russia must issue an arrest warrant for the International Criminal Court. Funny enough, this is this is not funny because they're like trying to mock the International Criminal Court, but this is actually like inside Russia, Bastrikin, whatever the cunt, another fucking cunt who, if you don't know, whatever, actually opened some sort of investigation on those in International Criminal Court. Can we issue an arrest warrant for Bush and Blair while we're at it? The Americans and Brits still think they can play American police officer role in the world. So funny. Like, do you see what's happening here? It's like absolute erosion. And I don't know, again, like it's so hard right now to get a grasp, because I'm not living I'm not in UK, I'm not like in the United States, wherever. Otherwise I would be going onto streets and just asking people their opinions, right? Probably. But the fact of the matter is that like once you are online, you can be anything. Like it could be literally like Russian bots, or not bots, but like paid cunts who are just typing this shit to spread mistrust with the governments of United States, UK, Europe, whatever. And that works. That's like the worst thing, that propaganda works. It's so unfortunate, and it's so like heartbreaking to me in a way, because I see it around me, like I said, with my own parents, with older generation, various people, like friends, acquaintances of like my like father or whatever, or even like my best friend's father's friend, whatever, right? Like propaganda works. And so when you as a person go online basically, and maybe you were like not particularly happy with your own government, as you should be, like you should be critical of your own government. It's a good fucking stance. It's a good initial sort of point. But when you then see like how people are mocking your own government, even though this is a legit fucking great thing that it is issued, International Criminal Court issued, obviously warrant against Putin. It's a great thing, and it's a really important thing. It's a really important step. Like those jokes, this is not a place for joking about this, and it's not a place to undermine those things, because those things are serious. Those are fucking war crimes, and people are treating it as if it is like a video game, like I'm saying, like as if it doesn't have any consequences. Those things are issued for a reason. It's not because, oh, he's a bad guy. No, it's because, and that's what I'm saying, like it's kind of interesting that apparently they don't issue those kind of warrants for like, not in this case anyway, for actual war crime, like starting the fucking war, committing genocide against Ukrainians, because this is what it is. It's a genocidal war against Ukraine, because they literally say it, that they want to destroy or subdue Ukrainian people and encompass them into this like bigger, again, like I'm saying, ex-USSR point to volume 2.0 or volume 2, whatever, right? Maybe they went this route, and that it would be so interesting actually, like if somebody asks like why they went this route, maybe they went this particular route because Russia actually admitted to those crimes themselves on camera, publicly boasted about it without thinking with their brain-dead fucking heads. But if you have a brain-dead head, how can you fucking think? Your brain is dead. Maybe that's because like this was basically like a seal-shut case already, and you didn't need to prove like some, genocidal intent or whatever the fuck, right? Maybe, I don't know. I hope that's the reason, and once sort of Putin in Hague, they would actually have more things, not just this deportation of children, but more on top of that. I hope that is the case, but it's so, like, for me as a person who is right now, who has to, unfortunately, by the nature of where my parents gave birth to me, and that my parents were dumb enough to not sort of help their child to escape this shithole, because they actually like this country for some fucking reason. I'm talking about Belarus, right? I have to live here, and I have to experience a lot of these atrocities around me that are happening to people left and right who speak against the regime, and yet people are mocking the very few good things in this world that I look up to, like those international organizations that are above just one country, that can actually come and say, like, oh, like, this, what you've done here in your country, this is fucking shit, and we are issuing, well, not in your country in this case, in another country, but this is shit. Like, basically, like, seeing that there are some adults in this world that still exist, and yet, like I'm saying, comment sections are just mocking those people, which, like, it breaks my heart. I'm not gonna lie, it breaks my heart to see this full erosion of trust. Even to, like, I understand you don't trust your own government, okay, maybe you don't trust big corporations, okay, but you need to have some semblance of trust to certain organizations anyway. Yeah, that's my two cents really about this, and like I said, it's great news. It's an amazing first step. I'm really fucking happy it happened. I know obviously it's gonna be a long process before, maybe not. Who knows even? You know what? Who knows? Who knows even if it's gonna be a long process to see Putin in Hague or not? But I'm happy. I'm really happy it happened. So yeah. Do you know what? There was an interesting thing that Xi Jinping arrived to Russia, I think yesterday or whatever. So like on 21st of March. While, and unfortunately I don't know, like Japanese leaders or leader arrived to Ukraine, actually. I think I've seen this in the news, haven't I? It's just so interesting how one country, the two countries close to each other, right? China, Japan, that, they've kind of changed the course in a way. Like, obviously Japan was a baddie during World War II, right? And Germany, obviously, right? And now sort of Japan and Germany have kind of this ability to like totally and finally sort of pay the debts of the previous war by actually supporting the right side in this war. I don't want to say it's like poetic or anything, right? Like, because I don't see any like poetry in wars, let's be honest. But it's just interesting, kind of a hero arc, if you want to call it like that, right? Like, you go through bad stuff, you do the bad stuff, and then in the end you change and you realize that, okay, this is where we should be, this is how we should sort of behave, and who we should support and things like that. Okay, anyway, I have like some little more news. Russia is basically selling, Putin basically is selling Russia to China. China is just buying with a giant discount Russian gas and oil and things like that. And because he doesn't have anybody to turn to, the sale of gas with a discount of 70%, he calls it what is this deal? Oh my god, a deal of a century. Kafka would be laughing to his fucking grave if he would see just how absurd Russia is. They're literally fucking up everything and bragging that they're on top of the world. It's insane. It is insane. Russia has always been basically like a fucking gas tank, basically, for the world. In a sense, like a resource material supplier. Nothing of value. Engineering is lost. All the smart people who could escaped a long time ago. Again, like engineers, programmers, whatever. So everything is in decline, and everything is going to shit, turning to shit. Thanks to this cunt, because who's been a ruler of Russia since whatever, forever? That cunt, Putin, obviously. And so it's just incredible to see the collapse of it. I'm actually super happy and kind of how to put it, like not optimistic. I'm eager to see the collapse of Russia. Let's put it that. I've talked about it in the previous shows. I want to see Russia collapse into whatever 10 different countries. I don't care how many. It shouldn't exist in a state, in a form, in a size that it is right now. Way too much power, way too much natural resources in the hands of corrupt, vile pieces of shit individuals. Putin and all his mafia, all his KGB shits, all of them included into this. I for once can't wait. I can't wait. I am waiting, but I really want them, not them. Well, him to be jailed in Hague, or wherever they send him to jail, alongside with most of his fucking buddies, and for Russia to collapse. That would be fucking amazing. And then maybe China will follow suit, because China is a piece of shit country. Who knows? Maybe China will also collapse at some point in the future, once sort of the technological lead. I mean, they don't have technological lead, but once West stops doing technology with China, and once the West kind of goes onto their own path, with technologies way better and way more advanced, and China will get nothing of it. Hopefully, in years, the same fate that occurred with USSR now hopefully will happen to Russia, then follow suit with China as well. I just don't want fucking regimes, dictatorship, authoritarian, garbage regimes to exist. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's about it. Let's just be happy about the arrest warrant for Putin over war crimes. I think this is the best news so far that we've got in 2023. I didn't talk about Pozner. Vladimir Pozner is a journalist in Russia. He pretends to be an intellectual. He thinks he knows shit, and he wrote this big opinion piece, who's responsible for war in Ukraine. And I tried to find it in English. Apparently it's not. I will either, if it's not in English, I'll try to check it. If it's not in English, then I'm just going to include this link. But basically, he pretends to be this independent journalist or whatever. He pretends to be this pro-democratic kind of a cunt. But he had kind of a interview kind of a program on main propagandist Russian channel. He didn't do anything for the whole year. I think he stopped making his program with when the war in Ukraine started. So that's interesting. However, he never publicly said anything against the war, anything against regime, Russia, all the fucking stuff, right? And now after a year, in March, 9th of March 2023, he put this in Moscow Times, right? And this is that what he said was that the war, in fact, goes from 2014 when USA created a governmental, basically overthrow the government, upheaval in Ukraine, to overthrow the regime was which was protecting Ukraine and making sure that Ukraine is a neutral country, things like that, and that regime immediately started a war against Donbass on east, where 80% of people are, he says, Russians. How can Ukrainian be Russians? I don't understand. Yes, there were a lot of people who spoke Russian language. Doesn't make them Russian though, do they? In response, Russians armed local people and captured Crimea. Since then, this armed conflict is ongoing, basically. Like, this is already everything you need to know about this cunt. He's a cunt. He is a piece of garbage. He's a piece of shit. And it's like the full version, apparently. Ubiquity University
is to all of you, don't believe me.
He speaks even in English. It's even better. I'm gonna leave it then. Yeah, but like what I just told you, there should be everything that you need to know about that person. If a person says that it's not Ukrainian people who didn't want to do anything with Russia anymore and who wanted to be part of Europe, because that was Euromaidan. That this is exactly what it was called, and the whole reason how it started, in case people have forgotten, was because what's the name, Yanukovych, right? Then president of Ukraine, actually I think like stopped or like vetoed wherever that proposal about like Ukraine sort of joining European Union or having like a free movement with European Union, things like that, something like that, of that nature. That started it all, because obviously Yanukovych was pro-Russian, as well as like a couple parties in parliament, in Ukrainian parliament, who were also pro-Russian, and that happened. That's basically just what happened in Georgia. Pro-Russian shitheads wanted to turn the country away from Europe, away from actually good democratic countries. And it didn't fly with the people. And this piece of shit who knows that, I think he knows that. I think he's just a propagandist, but a propagandist of a different caliber, right? He's not the blatant garbage piece of shit who just spits out nonsense and hatred. He is the propagandist of a kind who might appeal to some people who think more highly of themselves, who think that they're intellectuals or something like that, who are above all that like hatred and nonsense that's going on, like regular Russian propaganda, misinformation, like Solovyov or shit like that you probably have seen on Twitter if you've ever if you were ever interested. There's like a red background wherever, and then there's a cunt standing in the middle. This is like a more sophisticated type of a propagandist, but you need to see past this propagandist narratives, because it's so like easy. Like if you see, it's USA who created like the uprising in Ukraine. Around that point, you can already stop listening to that person, because it wasn't USA. It had nothing to do with USA. It had nothing to do with USA because it was about Europe. Europe, not USA. And that regime didn't start the war against Donbass, because why the fuck would you start the war against your own citizens? No, it was Russians who captured Crimea, Russians who armed some fucking separatists on Donbass and actually put people there, their own Russian fucking covert special ops, basically people, into those territories. And against those people, Ukrainians did fight. Kind of different story, isn't it? So I'm just saying, if you see Vladimir Pozner, if you hear about that cunt, if you hear something that he's like, oh, smart, independent, whatever. By the way, the comment section is not that bad. Oh, so great. How can you not love him? Whatever. Basically, some of those people still kind of don't. I didn't listen to this shit to 1 hour 30. I have better things to do with my life. That summary that I just gave you, he said it in this interview apparently, and that's enough for me to disregard completely whatever the fuck he said. Because he is just a propagandist of a different kind, and you shouldn't fucking listen to propagandists. Because they're garbage pieces of shit. They have no morals. They sold the fucking soul for money. They're just pieces of garbage. And he is a piece of shit. Doesn't matter how he pretends to be this like morally sophisticated and fucking smart individual. No, he's a piece of shit. It's just a fucking easy question. Who's Crimea? If you answer Russian, you're a piece of shit. If you say that it's USA who created some uprising in Ukraine, you're a piece of shit. If you remove the agency of Ukrainian people, and instead you are ascribing USA to influence them, UK, whoever the fuck, you're a piece of shit. Simple as that. And on that note, once again, let's hail International Criminal Court for issue arrest warrant for Putin. Thank you very much. There are at least some adults in the room in this world, which brings me joy and which brings me at least some peace. And hopefully justice will absolutely fucking justice will be carried out against those who committed war crimes and against those who started this war, who participated in this war, obviously, on the side of Russia, obviously. Because, yeah. All right. It's been a long stream, been a long episode. I just want to encourage you, please, criticaldiscussions.net or just Critical Discussions on all the social media. Please give a follow, share the videos, subscribe to YouTube channel, subscribe to Twitch, subscribe to like TikTok, for example. And yeah, I'll see you next one. Take care of yourselves and don't believe propaganda, but don't be so like toxic that you don't believe anything at all. That's not helpful to anyone. All right. Take care.